these other races of women, a lot of them are obsessed with black men. And a lot of these other races of women are fucking obsessed with black men. And I know that because of my personal experiences. You know, well, a lot of times when I come across other races of women, they automatically think me as a black man, I want to hit on them, you know, and I can just sense that, me as a man, I can sense when a woman thinks I want to hit on them. Or I can sense when a woman thinks I'm attracted to them. I could tell by their body language. Like the phrase goes, 80% of communication is non-verbal, So I know when a woman thinks I'm attracted to them or they think I want to approach them or something. But and it's not every non-black woman, but it's a specific type of non-black woman that always thinks I want to hit on them or something like that. It's the ones who have like the nice bodies and the more intense sexual energy. You know, you know, they always think I'm trying to hit on them. You know, the other races of women who like have a fat ass, big titties, that sexy ass energy. You know, they always think that me as a black man wants to hit on them. And women women know themselves. Women know themselves. They know what type of dudes who are attracted to them. You know, women know their body type and they know which type of dudes will be attracted to that body type that they have. And women know what type of sexual energy they give off. And they know what type of dude will be attracted to that type of sexual energy. You know, and I know this from personal experience. Whenever I'm around a woman, whenever I'm around a woman who a white guy would be attracted to, there's a certain type of woman that a white man would be attracted to. Like they have a specific body type and like demeanor and sexual energy in a female that they will be attracted to as a white guy. Like the Valley girls. The Valley white girls who are in shape, don't necessarily have a fat ass or big titties, and who are blonde. you know, the Valley girls. Who be in California. That's kind of the type that a female who white guys who would stereotypically be into. You know, whenever that type of woman comes around me, whenever that type of other race of woman comes around me, she doesn't have a fat ass. She doesn't have big titties. She doesn't have that je ne sais quoi that a black guy would be attracted to, but a white guy would be attracted to that type of female. That type of female who a white guy would like, she never puts her guard up around me, you know. if I come across a female who a white guy would like, I never get a vibe that that female thinks me as a black man wants to approach them. You know, when I come across another race of woman, whether she be Hispanic or white, when I come across another race of woman who has a big ass, big titties, nice thighs, big thighs, you know, that stereotypical body type that a black guy would like. And she also has that je ne sais quoi, that sexual energy that a black guy would be attracted to. That type of woman always thinks I want to hit on them. And I could just sense it on their body language. Or like we'll be in a public place. Whenever I see that type of other race of woman who a black guy would stereotypically be attracted to, the thick body, the that certain je ne sais quoi. Black guys, we stereotypically aren't attracted to the same type of woman what a white guy is. So when I see that type of other race of woman who a black guy would stereotypically be attracted to, they play these little games. They play these little subtle games because they think me as a black man is attracted to them. So they play these little games. They'll go out their way to not sit next to me. Or they put their cell phone down. I mean, they put their head down when I walk past them. They play these little games. Or they put their guard up. These a lot of women, they know which races of men are attracted to them. And it's kind of funny that I don't think a lot of these other races of women, a lot of them, most of them are not being approached by black men, especially in my city. Most of these other races of women are not being approached by black men, but they still think black men are after them. I want to sleep with them. That's kind of odd. Like I could understand like if black guys were approaching these women all the time, then I could understand why these other races of women would think black guys want them because nothing but black guys would approach them. But that's not the case because most men nowadays don't approach women like that. Most men nowadays of all races, including black men, don't approach women in public. When I go outside, I don't see any race of men, including black men, approaching women. You know, I rarely see men approaching women of any race nowadays. So these other races of women don't think black men, these other races of women, they don't think black men want them because they're being hit up by a whole lot of black guys, or approached by a lot of black guys. And okay, you could say, oh, just because these black guys aren't approaching these women in person doesn't mean that these same black guys are not hitting up these women on social media. Um, a lot of these other races of women don't even have black men on social media to be in their inboxes. A lot of people, a lot of people don't even add people on social media that they don't know. You know, my city is very segregated, so most races of people in my city stick with themselves. Black people hang around other black people. Hispanic people hang around other Hispanic people. White people hang around other white people. So there's not too much intermingling of races in my city. You know, the black neighborhood is all the way over here. The Mexican neighborhood is all the way over here. The white neighborhood is already all the way over here. So it's not like a lot of these other races are intermingling with each other. You know, we live in different neighborhoods. You know, and like I said earlier, a lot of black men, a lot of people in general, don't add people on social media who they don't know, who they don't have proximity to. You know, when I go on black people's Facebooks, when I go on a black man's Facebook, you know, I see I see him when I go on a black man's Facebook, you know, I see that he has mostly other black people as friends on Facebook. You know, when I go on a Mexican's Facebook, I see that they have mostly other Mexicans as friends on Facebook. When I go on a white person's Facebook, I see that they have other white people mainly on Facebook as their friends. You know, same thing with Instagram. You know, so black men. It's not like black men are hitting up these women on social media either. You know, so black men, we're not approaching these other races of women on Facebook, on social media, or approaching these women in person. So why do they? So why do these other races of women swear up and down that black men want them? If black men aren't approaching these women, aren't interacting with these other races of women, aren't approaching these other races of women in person, why do these women think that every black man wants to fuck them? You feel me? And it has to be because we must be on their mind. We must be on their mind. These other races of women must have black men on their mind for them to be thinking every black guy wants them. We must be in their mind. We living in their mind rent free because like we not these black men aren't approaching y'all on social media or in person. So why do you think every black guy is after your pussy? You feel me? So these other races of women, they know when a black guy is attracted to them. You know, a lot of these other races of women never been approached by a black guy before. Black guys don't hit them up on Facebook or anything like that a lot of times, but they still know when a black guy is attracted to them because of their body type or the sexual energy that these women have. Because women judge themselves, you know. These other races of women, they're looking in the mirror, they're checking out their ass, you know, they're checking out their titties, they're sensing their sexual energy, and they're thinking like, oh, a black guy is attracted to me. Ooh, I have an ass that a black guy would like. Ooh, I have titties that a black guy would like. Ooh, I give off a je ne sais quoi and a sexual energy that a black guy would like. Even though they never even been approached by a black guy before. They don't even know a black guy personally. And they're looking in the mirror thinking, oh, black man must want me. So that's how you know we're living, us black men. A lot of these other races of women secretly prefer us. We're living in their mind rent free. That's why there's a push. And these other races of men, they know the deal. You know, these other races of women, these other races of women probably get caught talking about black guys all the time, or these other races of women, they watch music videos. You know, they see the music videos with the black men in it. You know, they turn on ESPN, see black men playing basketball, their favorite NBA players. And these other races of men, they see their women fawning over black guys. That's why they train their women to not fuck with black guys. A lot of these other races of women secretly prefer us. It's just socially looked down upon in their culture. But they're looking for, at the root of it, these other races of women are looking for any excuse to fuck with a black man. Any excuse to hide behind to fuck with a black man because, it's a cultural taboo. It's a cultural taboo for a Mexican woman to fuck with a black guy. A lot of them are attracted to black men, but they won't. It's a cultural taboo for them to do so. But best believe they secretly love black men, and they're just looking for an excuse. A black man having money is an excuse for another race of woman to fuck with a black guy. A black man having money is an excuse for other race of woman to mess with a black guy. You can't culturally frown upon a black man with money. you know. So if a black guy has money, that Mexican family or a white family will accept him. So that Mexican girl or other race of girl, she won't be scared to fuck with a black guy if he has money, because her culture will accept a rich black man. They're looking for any excuse, or let's say, you know, anybody who pays attention to the world, you know, anyone who has spiritual discernment, has a third eye, knows that we're living in the end times. The fall of the white man's empire is happening right in front of us. This COVID situation, whole society is shut down. There's still restrictions in certain cities due to COVID. Even aside from COVID, there's other times that we're living in the quote unquote end times. Rumors of war. Troops getting pulled out of Afghanistan, war in Israel. We're on the brink of some crazy ass shit happening in the world. And a lot of people pay attention to the news. People deep down inside, whether they want to ignore it or not, they know what times we're living in. So America, the white man's empire is soon to collapse. The white man's empire is soon to collapse. And once this society collapses, what are these other races of women going to do? What are these other races of women going to do when this society collapses? These other races of women, when society collapses, everybody's going to be equally poor. No one's going to be working like that. So these other races of women, they're not going to feel obliged to follow the rules and regulations of their culture. There's not going to be any incentive for other races of women to follow the rules and regulations of their culture to not fuck with black men. These other races of men can say, when the society collapses, they can't use the excuse and tell their women, don't fuck with black guys. Black guys are poor. They're lazy. Nigga, we all poor. The society collapsed. So women are just gonna fuck with who they want to fuck with, you know? And when this society fully collapses, I'm telling y'all, most of these women are gonna be fucking black guys. Most of these other races of women are gonna be openly fucking black men. They're not gonna have no incentive, you know? White supremacy, you know, the white power structure. A lot of these women, other races of women, they feel like they're scared. A lot of these other races of women are scared to openly fuck with black men because of the white power structure. You know, the white power structure tells these other races of women to not fuck with black men. Black men are a threat. But once this white power structure collapses, no woman's gonna be following it because it's collapsed. It's gonna be looked at the white power structure once it collapses, it's gonna look like a fucking mockery. You know, these women aren't gonna be following the stay away from the black man routine. They're gonna be fucking black men. You know, the truth is gonna come out once this society collapses. The truth is gonna come out, and it's gonna be revealed that most of these women sexually prefer black guys. On some real shit. All right, y'all.